Hi, and welcome to Swedenboy Gaming. We're playing
We did.
Assassin's Creed
I am
Syndicate.
eager to try this new kit.
I don't like it when those two go off book like this. Well, all we can do is take a deep breath and move forward. You'll be searching for the Piece of Eden through the lives of Jacob and Evie Fry, twin assassins who operated in Victorian London. Your first set of genetic memories are downloaded. Good luck.
Brother George, it is as I feared. London has fallen. Thrice I have written to you begging your aid. Thrice you've responded with silence. And yet I write again. So desperate my need, so few my options. I need you. London needs you. You would say it is too great of a task, or that it is not yet time to strike. Patience, you would counsel. But whilst you wait, the Templars consolidate their power. They have chosen a Grand Master so ruthless, so thorough, one might think Reginald Birch himself had returned. His name is Crawford Starrick, and he intends to rule the world. There is no aspect of society he does not control, no industry that escapes his grim touch.
No one knows, no one wants to know.
By day, it is corrupt merchants and venal politicians who hold court. Come night, a vicious street gang known as the Blighters strikes terror in the hearts of all. There is no business untainted by his poison, no person unexploited, be it by duplicity or force. Our enemy has designs on the highest office of them all. And so, as you look inward, and dare I say it, afraid, Crawford Starrick's ambition is fixed on the beyond, to kingdoms and continents as yet unconquered, though not for long, for he knows, as I have warned you time and time again, whosoever controls London controls the world.
I'm gonna put this here also, as for fun's sake.
The iron ship's from here. The Templar running things is Rupert Ferris, and our target 1. Target 2 is Sir David Brewster, who's got his hands on a bauble that could ruin us in this wretched war. Think you both can handle it?
What a question.
All right. My mistake. Ladies and gentlemen, the unstoppable Fry twins. See them nightly at Covent Garden.
George, honestly, I've studied the plans of the laboratory and have every route covered.
And I've got all I need right here. I'll extend your regards to Ferris.
Chat later, George. We've a train to catch.
Jacob! Evie! May the creed guide you, you vagrants!
Poor man. More afraid than ever. The years have not been kind.
Evie Fry, where do you get it from?
The same place as you, Jacob.
Jacob, you try.
Have fun.
Oh, come on.
Don't die.
He's dead. Hello, Matt. How's your... I like Jacob, and I like Jacob, but I prefer Evie. I think she has just more stealth stuff, and then.
How long does he intend to go on like this? He's disrupting the other workers. Shut his trap and get the machine fixed. And send me some laudanum for my head.
Coming right up.
Okay. My God. That sounds not like you're gonna fix what they wanted you to fix. Okay, so... Alright. Database. Encyclopedia allies. Evie Fry was date of birth 9th of November 1847. Evie Fry was born 4 minutes before her brother Jacob, and she never let him forget it. She was freed from... No, I will not get Far Cry 5 because it's not, I don't want, I prefer Assassin's Creed in this year when it comes to Ubisoft. Otherwise, no. She never let him forget it. She was fierce from the moment she gasped and kicked her way into life, sharing the peaceful silence of a gracious country home. Jacob and Evie's mother, Cicely, died in childbirth. She was the only daughter of an English steelworkers manager based in the Rhondda Valley in South Wales. Her mother was of Welsh stock. Her father, even as his mother-in-law, offered to raise the children until the age of 3. He then took charge of their upbringing at his home in Crawley. Her father raised Evie and her brother to join the Assassin's Order. It was a dangerous time for the assassins in England, as the Templars tried to extend their stranglehold on London to the surrounding countryside. Evie was studious and technical. She gravitated toward the more theoretical and organizational part of the organization. She specialized in research with a tight interest in pieces of Eden. Eden instilled in his children a strong sense of social duty. The idea that the assassins should help the people be free, rather than solely act as agents to take down oppressive forces. While Jacob rebelled against his father's schooling, Evie relished his lessons. His teachings became a cornerstone of Evie's personal creed. Her first assassination was a mill owner who was abusing and refusing to pay his staff. The incoming owner, a member of the Brotherhood, improved conditions greatly. Evie is valued among the assassins for her thoughtful planning, her ability to solve problems, and her ability to see the human side of any equation. I mean, no. Date of birth, 9th November 1847. Jacob was born the younger Fry twin to a schoolmaster and his young wife. Both assassins and his mother Cicely died giving birth. After being cared for by their grandmother until the age of 6, Jacob and Eve were taken into the family home at Crawley. A forward thinker, Aidan Fry raised his children, stepped into assassin's heritage every night, educated them in the ways of the assassins. The world. Eve soaked up this knowledge. Jacob paid far less attention to his father's lessons and gradually came to resent them. He was always a good son, but Jacob was a flea. He heard and obeyed the tenets of the creed and the instructions of the assassin's brotherhood, but inside it was pure chaos. Waiting for a chance to unleash his potential, while Eve dutifully played with her father, Jacob took to a wild exploration late at night of the dark factories and gambling deans of Crawley and Vienna. With his father's death, Jacob was finally free. His job against a small-town watchman, notorious as the second best assassin in the London suburbs. After Evie, of course, he was ready to face his destiny in the big city. I mean, no, yeah. Date of birth, 15 August 1830. Born to aging parents who attempt to revitalize their failing marriage with another child ended in divorce. Shortly thereafter, Ruby's first made no significant impact on the history books in any way for nearly a half century. But then, that I have used to shut up first only so. That I have you. Thank you. Wow. That rose though direct like from the game, like yeah, so haven't you, like yeah. First only surfaced as the newly minted owner of a milling iron factory called the Bob Railway, which from redubbed Ferris Ironworks. Police records indicate that several employees of Sulfate died of exhaustion. It may have been consumption, both because the hammer is tough to make out and because mostly everyone died of consumption or dysentery. Consumption was more fashionable. Regular employees died due to maltreatment. As the decade continued, the average age of various employees got younger, a reliable remedy for both exhaustion and consumption. The episode died in 1862 and folded into his vast empire, and first became a wealthy man. And what did he do with his tuppence? You may advise on the books both of a well-shared society in nearby Croydon and the local bordel. Apparently his other favorite cause, which one he may pay lip service to. We can guess but may never know for certain. By the way, lip service was actually available. What? Other people. George. Date of birth 3rd April 1813. George Westhouse grew up working in an old mill by the river in Crawley, and the monotonous labor wore him down. Like the grain crashed under the mill. That's right, I can be poetic. One day the friars came from robbers along the riverbank. A spark of adventure awoke in him, and the avalanche pouch joined the assassin. He ran missions with Ethan Frey and Chrisley, taking his orders from the two of them, and slowly learned to fight. He was paired with the precocious on missions. Once Ethan died, he became a senior plan, high ranking at least in speed, and attained to orchestrate the memories. All I can say is good luck. Ooh, and present day. Yeah, these people I don't really care about. Rebecca and Sean is known from earlier games. Isn't Helix the first program in a... Or am I wrong? Tutorials, gameplay. Ooh. Ooh. I don't give a fork about that. Come on, let me just play the game. I don't like this stuff. Oh wait, you can just Woo. Okay, good. Nothing. Oh yeah, progression log. Born the third of 6 children, the tastiest bit of a large family sandwich to God-fearing Scottish Presbyterians who make really bland sandwiches. David Bruce was destined to orbit greatness, like the space station orbits the Earth or your orbits Bridgestone. At the age of 12, he was sent to the University of Edinburgh to join the clergy, which is exactly what we do with 12-year-olds today. Push them to Scotland so they will stop annoying us. Wow. That sounds wow. Let me check your Discord. But his congregation will have to wait, but it become fascinated by optics and was pursued to continue studying the defecation of light, touching on such exciting topics as reflection and refraction. And are you still awake, Bruce? Oh my god, this game, I have never really gone through this. Bruce quickly moved on to the laws of metallic absorption. Oh, you are nodding off. Well, long story short, he invented the kaleidoscope. That's fun, isn't it? Unfortunately, didn't patent it enough. It sold like gamers, he made very little money. After he partnered with like-minded clergymen to start a scientific magazine, the Illinois Journal of Science, and was knighted by the Queen. He came out as a very vocal opponent of evolutionary theory, which just goes to show you that the clergyman who invented the kaleidoscope can't always get it right. Like an old man still paying for dial-up internet access, even though he's connected to a cable modem. So there seems to have been built for a different era, that of Galileo, of whom not even after all, he did invent a telescope that looks precisely nowhere. Born to who attempted to revisit the fallen man with another child, and then divorced shortly thereafter, Ruben made no single impact on the history books and okay, that's one we already read. Okay. Oh, whatever. Oh.
Move that bloody thing!
No, you move the bloody thing.
Locked.
What do you think you're doing?
No one goes in or out, unless there's a problem.
I hold the machines. That door opens, and I have my route to Ferris. Always work on the fly.
Me.
I'm sure
I mean,
the sanitary inspector. This man is dead.
You're the dead man! Run along home, boy. I'll teach you how to take a reverse.
oh, I only have.
Ferris, I'm coming. Time to head for higher ground.
Working English, are you not?
I mean, how much of a problem do you have with people climbing a wall? Oh wait, no. Okay, and this sounds like a good plan. Yep, I don't think I give a good plan. What's on there? I don't think it goes up. Load. That was just fun.
Shut you up any more than I could get you off the brandy.
I do like a good discussion with my afternoon pick-me-up.
Pick me up? carry you back to the yard.
Someone take care of it. It takes all kinds.
What's the matter with him, I wonder?
Mr. Ferris rewards forced workers. Up to it.
What about those capitals?
Show them what we can do when we're here.
Mr. Ferris, sir. The lad in the factory should be taken to be bandaged by the apothecary.
Fine. But dock his wages.
Yes, sir.
Shall we arrive at a final price, Mr. Ferris?
That killer.
It is done.
Oh? What did you accomplish, boy? A bolt loosened in Starrick's machine. A large bolt, but not enough.
Your Grandmaster will fall.
You assassins can circle London to your heart's content. The mechanism we have built has been going strong for 100 years, and will run 1,000 more. It is the very city itself.
We will take London from your hands.
From Croydon? You lurk in the shadows like a coward. I doubt it.
Do you want me to beg? Don't hurt me.
I don't know why, but I want to with me. Hey!
Tickets, please.
Lost your bottle, boys!
We seem to have made an unscheduled stop.
Oh.
Maybe next time I'll walk.
Evie, you're looking better. You're cooler stuff. Alright, you need to get Croydon. I'm going after Croydon. Was that the crazy? That was Dark Brewster.
Yard. Guard quarters. Brewster's laboratory. This is where the piece of Eden will be located. No loose ends. Now, decouple the locomotive and create a diversion.
Well, where is it? Huh? Where's Brewster's supplies? Meter.
This is more of a strategic one that I do like.
Who's that?
Time to deploy the diversion. I'm on my way, Sir David.
Sir David, what's working with Miss
Hello, boys.
Please, miss. Don't tell us. Just send us.
She shouldn't be here.
I have no
Smells like Jacob's cooking. That should keep you busy while I head into your lab.
Follow me down the tracks.
You stay here and keep a lookout.
All right. I'll shout if I get any bother.
First for a bird's eye view. Can't be too careful.
Not your concern. Bring back the cargo.
I need 2 more weeks with the device.
Your questionable practices are beginning to draw unwanted attention. You have been given more than enough time to achieve results, Sir David.
I was unaware that you expected me to perform like a cocker spaniel.
Permit me to remind you of your obligation to the Order.
Miss Thorne, you ride me like a racehorse.
Sir David, I will return tomorrow. If you have not unlocked the device's secrets, forget your dogs and horses. I will leave you to the wolves. Good day.
I was merely promised a tour of the premises, my lords.
Who sent you?
It's one of Green's spies.
Get that man to interrogation. Then I want him brought to the lab.
What a pity. But no deviations from the mission.
Being a strong woman infiltrated dangerous areas from high places. It gives you the stealth and assassination. Here will highlight in why. Yes, I just gonna. I always try to play this game as secretly. Also, it's gonna be a long doing this probably again. Okay, I will. I prefer to play the way right now. Shadows.
Nearly there.
She's gone. I can live with that.
A secret laboratory? Well, well. Perhaps I can aid this interrogation.
She's an intruder!
I am a killer. I mean, technically, yes, I am so I prefer you to call me the one who destroyed you. Yeah. Let you work from the shadows.
Ah, thank you kindly. I was in ever such a squeaky fix when, what do you know? You rescue me.
Where's the hidden laboratory?
Untie me, and then we can parley, milady.
I'm pressed for time. Tell me now.
It's underground. Requires a key. One of the guards nicked mine, cheeky sod.
Thank you.
Now? Untie me?
You got yourself in? I trust you can get yourself out again.
Not to worry, milady. Can still recall a couple of tricks from me carnival days.
Charming.
Let's see. I do prefer to take a roof way.
Let's have a butcher's downstairs then. I want to see that artifact.
Not if you value your life.
Mind your own post. I'll feed him to me cat.
Poor little rats.
Hey! Someone get up!
I just was gonna steal the key, but...
Got it.
Intruder! He's right there!
Okay.
I'll tear you.
Can you, like, drop it? You... Oh, stupid ass. Don't ever do that again, okay?
Stop her! Point to take your on! I would keep my mouth shut tight.
Okay then. We'll hang our... Ooh, did this I take another into the point, I think. I always...
What's it
stars at night, the grates glow with an unearthly light, as if the dead are climbing up out of hell itself.
Oh, I'll get the poet. What else?
Ain't nothing else, and you should keep to your work. Sometimes they're screaming.
Really?
There you are. The entrance to Bruce's lab.
Maybe. And you're dead.
Back on track.
I mean, I can't.
Ronnie, can't it wait till the morning?
No, it can't. So
The blokes are now.
This is not an end!
Piece of Eden.
Increase the electricity.
But it'll become unstable, sir.
You heard what Miss Thorne said. We need results now.
If you don't mind me saying, that would be an exceptionally bad idea.
we unlock the artifact secret, the Templar's grip on London will be fixed. The assassins will fall, and Darwin will be little more than a bearded memory. That is the jug of sour milk. What a weakness!
Always use a slash for that was easy.
It is time to lay down your head, Sir David Brewster.
But I have so much more to discover.
Do not be afraid.
I'm not. God will protect me.
I will continue your experiment.
You will not stop, Starrick. Miss Thorne has already found another piece of Eden, more powerful than the last.
I will take that one too.
We fight to gain what we cannot take with us. It's in our nature.
I have to get out of here, now! Come on, keep going. That was far too close. I must find a way out. Nearly through. Come on!
What was that explosion?
What explosion?
Evie?
Piece of Eden detonated and took the lab with it.
The magic lump of hyperbolic metal. I'm shocked.
Simply because you have never valued the pieces does not
All
mean...
went according to plan,
There was a slight complication.
How slight?
The lab exploded.
Jacob.
You derailed a train.
Oh, he did. Did he?
Well, the train derailed and I happened to be on it. I killed my target.
Brewster is also no more.
Then all in all a successful mission in spite of you two.
What about London?
What about it?
We're wasting our time out here.
You know as well as I do that London has been the domain of the Templars for the last 100 years. They are far too strong yet. Patience.
The Templars have found a new piece of Eden.
Sir David is dead. They do not know how to use it. The Council shall guide us. Sound advice that your father would have seconded. I shall see you back in Crawley.
Patience, Evie.
Ah, the gentle sound of opportunity passing us by.
So what's stopping us? London is waiting to be liberated. Forget Crawley.
Father would have wanted us to listen.
Oh, Father! You could continue his legacy in London.
Freeing future generations from a city ruled by Templars. You know, Jacob Fry, you might just be right.
Then shall we?
Yes. Let's. Onward to London.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Well, the longest I come on this story.
I know. You've only had a taste of our latest acquisition from Abstergo. But I want to check in on Sean and Rebecca. I still think attacking a Templar is a mistake.
Call Dr. Grammatica.
Come on. Please, Isabel. What a lovely surprise.
Our mutual friends will be here shortly to search for the artifact. Once it's located, I'll let you know.
Super. Always a pleasure.
Prick.
It's people like you that give historians a bad name.
I'm afraid I don't have time for you today, Mr. Hastings.
Thank you for making my job easy.
Oh, shit.
It does look grim.
Master Berg, Agent Acosta. Deal with them, please.
Move it!
Hunt them down!
All they had to do was wait for you to search the data. Their little stunt has put the whole operation at risk. You need to synchronize Jacob and Evie's memories. Find something that puts us ahead of the enemy. Time is of the essence, and lives are now clearly on the line.
I want Evie
Good luck.
I don't like Jacob Fry. I mean, I don't dislike him. Just now it sounds like I hate him just because it's him. But no, I don't like him because he's more of no.
I've never seen so many people all at once.
Churning seas of London. It's just the way Father described. Now, to find Henry Green and formulate a plan of attack against the Templars.
Who's Mr. Green again?
The assassin watching over London? Did you not listen the first 3 times?
Listen to what? Oi, watch it.
Beg pardon, sir.
Oi! Come back here, you filthy dipper!
Stop!
No way.
fine, you little mobsman. Keep it.
Well, well. What do we have here? You're on our property. Let's see how long you're in its arm.
Finish him off, and we'll go for a drink.
Excellent. What else does London have to offer?
Now is not the time for tourism, Jacob. Now's the time to find Henry Green. I've always been the quicker climber, haven't I?
Not since we were 2.
Race you to the highest vantage point. You're going to lose again.
Not on my watch.
Where is Mr. Green's shop located? It was marked on Father's map.
2 assassins. Equal in height. 1 female, 1 male. 2 decades old. And those devilish smiles. You must be the Fry twins.
And you are?
Henry Green, at your service. I was sorry to learn about your father's passing.
Thank you.
What can you tell us about Crawford Starrick?
I suppose the Council desires news.
London must be freed, to provide a better future for all of its citizens.
Well, thank goodness the Council saw reason and sent you to aid us.
Yes. Thank goodness.
Unfortunately, I am the bearer of bad news. Today, Starrick sits at the helm of the most sophisticated Templar infrastructure known in the Western world. Every class, every borough, the gangs, the industries. His reach extends all across London.
I've always thought of myself as a gang leader. Firm, but fair. Huh. Well, I have uniforms. And I'll unite a mix of disenfranchised outsiders under one name. That's it, Evie. We can rally them to our side.
Oh, like the way that you rallied those card players at the Oakwood Tavern into the river.
Oh, that was different. They beat me at whist. I can see it now. We'll call ourselves the Rooks.
You were never good at chess either.
Have you got a better plan?
Find the piece of Eden.
Oh.
Well, let me show you the lay of the land. Shall we? Climb the chimney and see all of London for yourself. Look at what Starrick has done to the city. Whitechapel is riddled with crime. Child labor, despite regulations. A gang known as the Blighters overruns the streets. And Templars manipulating behind the scenes. As in all the other boroughs, we need to return this city to the people who built it in the first place.
We will free London from Starrick. You have my word.
And my Rooks.
Miss Fry, your passion is inspiring.
Oh my god.
Let us return to my shop, and I can bring you up to date on the rest.
When I should figure out that we don't. You're gonna break your neck. Apparently not. Ah, Lucy Thorne. So when gang warfare, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lucy Fawn was born middle class in London. Her father was successful but stuffy teen merchant. Her mother was well educated and the daughter of a minor noble house. She liked the good things in life and grew up among relative luxury. Her increasing family debt would become a problem in her adulthood. Lucy was clever and quick as a child. Her mother educated in all of the qualities that should have ensured her a successful marriage. But Lucy decided instead to immerse herself in books. She branched out into the study of obscure religious knowledge, into marriage and cult philosophy. All really useful stuff in a marriage in Lewis's teens. Her father started to run his business and pay for his family's needs. Lewis's home life went downhill quickly as less money came in and more went to pay debts. She was encouraged to find a husband who could provide for her. Instead, she took on work as a shop girl in her father's business, gradually taking on more of the management. In her spare time, she grew more and more taken with occult philosophy and supposedly magical objects, such as the Shroud of Turin. She collected rare manuscripts overspread on auctions of rare paper. When she outbid for stark at an auction, he tracked her down and asked her to buy the papers. Lucy wouldn't sell, but her enthusiasm for the topic appeared to say, and he quickly introduced her to the temple, where she became his second in command. So her parents didn't have worried. All worked out wonderful. No, not really. In my opinion, you actually. Oh right. Oh right, you need to craft some of the weapons. Like, yeah, you can't. Oh right, who's using this? Is this? Evie has this. I actually successfully got the best. This is the Esio alla Torre da Faranza. I always say it's like, I make fun of it. I think this is good for not you, Edward. Oh right, you can upgrade it. Hello, Lily. How's your day? Oh wait, I already know how your day is. Now I look like Ezio Auditore da Firenze. I like Editore da Auditore da. Okay, time to read about some allies. Henry Green. Henry's as good at keeping secrets as he is at meeting people. Many people do not, and most people never know, that Henry was not always called Henry. Yehadib Emir was born the son of a princess and an assassin. Arbas Mir, a member of the Indian Brotherhood, fell in love with Pyara Kaur, the daughter of the Maharaja Karak Singh, while racing against the Templars to find the whereabouts of the mysterious Ko-I-Noor. This is more advanced reading than a book. Yehadib was raised and trained to be a member of the Brotherhood, but to the frustration of many found he was more inclined towards book than he was to violence. When it was just a phase, the Brotherhood sent Yehadib out on a mission in 1860, which he ultimately failed, putting the Brotherhood at risk. And he was then invited to England for a more suitable mission. He left home but was ever hopefully that someday he would return, having provided to be a capable field agent. With the course of his time in England, he adopted many fake enemies, but he came to love the very same recurs the shop-owning Henry Green, Henry, a name he heard often, and green being the color of his hat at the time. Having made connections throughout London, he provided 7 years upon the arrival of assassins twins Evie and Jacob Fry. For them he helps in their quest to bring down the Templar control in London, having consumed as much information about the city as is humanly possible. But both sincere and hard-working, Yehadib has a human side to him that many in the Brothers simply do not. Robert Ignatius Topping was born in London on a sunny day in July 1847, which might account for his cipher outlook on life. The fifth child of 8, Topping often had to fight to be heard. With little attention to give to their middle child, the Toppings often left Robert to his own devices, to make his own fun, and thought he was generally a content and charismatic child. Robert frequently found himself bored and alone, and regularly daydreamed that someday he might lead a more exciting existence. One day, though, he could never have predicted it, that longing became a reality. On a family outing to the market, little Robert wandered away from his siblings and was quickly lost in a maze of back alley. Tired, confused, and unable to find his way back, he finally fell asleep in an empty crib. Upon waking, he discovered that his great cry had been record to the moment stores of a traveling circus. An unlikely story about, but one Robert today insists is perfectly true. The young stowaway or runaway found the nomadic life of the circus performed freely and elected to remain with them for several years, escaping the family home to amass all the knowledge that acrobats, harlequins, and ringmaster had to offer. When eventually the crew disbanded, Robert returned to the city full time. Though the Toppins found the story of his supposed hangings probably unbelievable, ever resourceful, Robert later into the employ of his own uncle, whose illegitimate business promised another taste of a more exciting life. Today, the ambitious young Toppin acts as a booker for underground prize fights and street racing rings, but as great hopes for the future, he may be occasionally falling with the wrong. He is nothing of, if not a survivor, and can generally talk or trick his way out of any return situation, failing that he can do some quick juggling. I mean, juggling is always good. Enemies. David Brewster, born the 3rd of 6 children, the tasteless bit of a... Wait, didn't I read it? Yes, I did. Yeah. Ooh, I want to learn. That's his brother. It's a secret organization who said that it's on the belief that only free will can ensure the betterment of humanity. We, throughout recorded human history, looked in battle with the Templar Order. We believe will pretty much the opposite of what we do. It's why we fight. Here's a quote for you. If both existed before the story Hashashin and the Order of the Night Stammer, what were they called? And quote your lips. There have been brothers recorded throughout time. The Roman Empire, the Middle Ages, the Italian War, the American Revolution, the French Revolution, the Haitian Revolution. We are big on revolution. Basically, they are cause of every revolution. Okay, good to know. You are the revolution. But the one was focused on today is the Red Industrial Revolution in London, where it looks like the Templars have a pretty firm grip on the city, the country, and the British Empire. It wasn't always that way. There used to be assassins in London. In the 18th century, the London Brotherhood was basically led by two people, a man known only as Mikko and Edward Kenway. Oh yeah, Edward Kenway, you play in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I think? After the latter returned to London from the West Indies, and for a time it seemed like the English assassins would be stronger than ever. Mikko was a bit of a phrase bear who roamed all over Europe, so pieces of it, making connections and lending aid to various regional brothers. I'm not sure if he was ever officially as a mentor, and in any case, he and Eva were much further of them. What Eva brought to the table was stability, easy to make connections in the city, in both high society and the criminal underworld. Sounds familiar? Edward was murdered in his own home, betrayed by one of his business associates who was actually a Templar. Milo kept about his business best he could, but was also killed by a Templar. Edward's son hated him. With those two out of the way, the Templars had a clear path to control on. In there and now, the brothers have seen better days. The Templars won a major victory in 2000 and nearly wiped all of us out. But we have been rebuilding slowly but surely. We are... Wait, didn't you play as Hatem in one? I don't want to. But present day, I don't care about the present people. Violetta Costa Grammatica. Yeah.
Keep quiet. Kalog's looking for me.
Who's Kalog?
One of Starrick's gang leaders.
Why does he want you?
He's after some of my more arcane research into one of the precursor artifacts.
The Piece of Eden.
So tell me about these blighters.
In search of an army, Starrick gathered up the nastiest of the underworld. Some of the city's gangs tried to prevent it and were slaughtered for their efforts. Now, only Whitechapel's clinkers remain opposed, but they're no match for the blighters.
Well, let's shine these clinkers up then, shall we? They're just the sort we're looking for.
You can't be serious.
Evie, they're ready to fight and oppose the Blighters. This is my chance to step in. Look out, London. Here come the Rooks.
Confound this city. No one looks where they're going.
Yes, I've noticed that.
Bloody Drood. I'll never finish it at this rate. Only Providence knows where those words are headed now. Well, I must get to work replacing them. Should you ever be in the mood for a tale or two, you can always find me where the ale is warm and tempers are hot. Ta-ta!
What an odd man.
That Mr. Fry was Charles Dickens. Knows everyone and everything in the city. If I were you, I would keep that connection in your back pocket.
Kaylock's gang is nearby. They must not follow me back to my shop.
We'll take care of it.
Here, you might be able to use this.
Oh God, I hope so.
My carriage is nearby. Make use of it to throw them off my trail. I will meet you at the curio shop.
Doing fine here.
We need to lead them away from Green.
Ooh, database? Encyclopedia, location. Oh yeah, Whitechapel. The original Whitechapel that gave the borough its name was built on the site in 1286. It will be rebuilt 3 times over the course. The first was in 1329 when it was officially named St. Mary Macpherson. It was rebuilt in 1685 despite the fact that it was one of only to survive the Great Fire of 1666. And it was rebuilt again in 1875 in order to more closely resemble the church that it was in 1329. Talk about indecisive. The man who executed King Charles III at the end of the English Civil War, Richard Branagh, was buried in St. Mary's Church. A historical record document a scandal that took place in the church around 1710. I know, a scandal in a church, whatever next. Anyway, it seems like the rector of the church set up an altarpiece depicting the Last Supper and had the figure of Judas made to look exactly like a personal enemy of his. The Dean of Peterborough. As far as passive aggression goes, I would say that's pretty aggressive. It's also bloody brilliant. So Mary Macpherson was hit hard during the Blade of World War II and was eventually demolished in 1952. Allies. A celebrity during his lifetime, Charles John Huffman Dickens remains one of the largest sources of information regarding 19th century London. Known for being both a literary titan and an activist, Dickens' work showcased the life and personalities of London's working class people. If you ask around in London pubs that still exist, most report that he was being regular at every single pub that takes dedication. My very contemporary criticism of Dickens would have to be media as in revenge for his own queer name thus bestows still queer ones. What the fuck is you talking about? Dickens was born in Portsmouth, the second of 8 children. He was shut up. The second of 8 children. He was said to have had an idyllic childhood up until the summer of 1824, when his father John Dickens was arrested for debt and thrown into Marshalsea debtors' prison. With his family in town to help pay off his father's debt, Charles was forced to leave school and begin work at Warren's Black and Warehouse, a place that was known for its poor treatment of children. No curious to be yet even after his first death was clear, young Charles Malsiger continued to work. I never words forget, I never shall forget. I never can forget, he said. That's my mind was born from my being sent back. Once free of the warehouse and after attending school, Dickens got a job at the law office of Ellis and Blackmore. Living in the city, attended to inspired by the stories spun from the stage, began his writing career. Dickens, of course, went to the world renowned for works including Oliver Twist, A Christmas Carol, and Great Expectations, and his success as a writer continued throughout his life, with even Queen Victoria calling herself a fan. Perhaps less well known, however, is Dickens' powerful interest in his supernatural, which eventually saw him become part of Cambridge Ghost Club, an organization of paranormal investigation and research. One of the biggest controversies surrounding his life was in extradition with Ellen Ternan, a young fair actress with whom he remained until his death. Then they kept their affairs secret, destroying their entire of correspondence and bomb 9 years into the in June 86 was involved in this state post railway, but like helping to risk other he speak at the extra inskers to avoid having to that they had been tied with Turner and her mother. Between 1868 and 1869, Dickens gave a series of farewell variants in England, Scotland and Ireland. During this time he also began work on what would be his final and only unfinished novel, The Myth of Edwin Drood. In June 1870, after a full day's writing, Dickens suffered a stroke, died the next day, according to the 5th anniversary of this. He was buried in the Poets' Corner of Westminster Abbey. Wait, tutorials? You want me to have a tutorial? How dare you tell me to use a tutorial?
Here comes trouble.
Their carriages are easily damaged. They must be rude today.
Here I come! They've gone.
Now to return to Mr. Green.
Aye, aye, Captain.
You're relentless.
That relentlessness will see me become master when we finish this.
George would do nothing of the sort. Whatever's left of the Creed would perish under your control.
Harsh words, dear sister.
No.
I do hope Mr. Green made it back safely.
You know
Don't tell me you fancy the bloke already.
As the word of was spoken. The way
What do you suggest we do if our #1 source of information turns up dead?
Starrick can't be that hard to find. I say we turn the carriage round and go find him.
This is why you aren't in charge.
Slow down. Keep moving. That's a girl.
Did you give them the slip?
We gave them more than that.
Who are all these people?
Over the years, I have established a number of connections across the city.
Splendid. We'll need focused aid.
Focused aid. We take over Starrick's gangs, we cripple his control.
You're not aiming high enough. Starrick has influence in every branch of society. We need to match him.
I see what you're saying, Evie. We need the Rooks.
You are not starting a gang called the Rooks.
I believe I may have an idea of my own. We will need the police to turn a blind eye to activities. My ally in the force, Sergeant Aberline. I've heard he's a master of disguise. Next up, urchins.
Urchins?
Urchins. Children make for excellent spies.
Clara O'Day.
Smart as a whip, that one. Finally, you would be wise to remember that Starrick never acts alone. There are gang leaders in every borough. You'll meet them soon enough, no doubt. Rexford Gaylock, known for his ability to vanish before your very eyes.
Should we make him vanish for real?
I suppose.
One moment. A Templar target you might want to look into. Be cautious. It's rough out there.
No, don't worry about me, Greenie. I can handle a few thugs.
Oh, fuck. Fuck, yeah, sorry, but I can... To kill Templar Crumble to come to the borough. Okay, so my first thing is to do a story quest. Harold Drake. Like.
What's the plan then, oh mighty planner?
You're the one
I shouldn't do it, no.
with the grand ideas. The gangs, the fights, even the outfits you'll wear. Perhaps you should lead the way.
If you insist.
I don't have to hear with you. You think you're so special, don't ya?
Berlin. Sounds like a girl. There's a bud, right? Oh, I'm tired.
I don't see Mr. Aberline.
Well, we tried.
I may know a thing or two about that splendid fellow you're talking about.
What's this?
God's sake! Are you trying to blow the gaff?
What?
Sergeant Aberline, at your service. I presume you're the Fry twins Green mentioned.
I was expecting you to be a policeman.
I was expecting you to be discreet.
Henry Green said that you could help us go unnoticed.
This is how it will work. I will give you the names of criminal gang members. You will bring them back to me. Quietly.
Oh, we'll be as quiet as an old lady. A very hairy, strange old lady that looks a lot like a policeman.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Now, whatever you do, try to remain within the bounds of the law. For my sake. Don't need any corpses at the station.
Shut your mouth. Meet my blade.
Get your hands off me! Ha-ha! Just try to kick me now!
Jason Beer!
No! Oh, for God's sake!
Let's do this the easy way.
Perhaps I can... There's something going on. What's up to now?
We're going to take a walk, you and I.
Something's going on.
Let's go for a stroll.
What's happening over there?
Scream and it'll be your last.
What's happening
No good will come of that. You mark my words.
No noise, just walk.
Help! Help!
That's it.
We'd be glad to see him behind bars. Thank you.
Oh right, then you look up. Oh my god, something happened in this. Oh. Yes. Bounty hunt complete. Oh right, the bounty hunt is it Templar hunt, Harold Drake. Oh right, they're gonna take down Rexford. And one skill point. Yes, thank you, skills. Near the stage, yes. You've reached a new level. Oh right. Oh yeah. I mean, I need that. What do you do? Wait, do you cost to? Oh right. Free? No, you're different. Inventory, weapons, firearms. Oh, firearms I don't care about. But do you cape I do care about. Owned. Locked. Outfits. Lies. Xiao Yun. Oh yes, I want to. Enough damage, crit damage. Decrease detection speed by. Ooh, that one I want. Colors, can I change it to something more suitable for me? Is that? No, I want black, preferably. Green, still grey. There. Deep crimson, black, pink, and purple. That one is what I want. I want this, the Osage Chainsaw. Just preferably for stunning. Need to be 9 to get that. Yes, so I see. Noble cane sword. Weapons, alright. Yeah. Oh right, I've done that. I've actually gotten that one. Oh, bounty hunt. Oh my god. Gang stronghold. And yes. It's a good paper eye. Yeah, I don't really wanna know about them at the moment. I'm tired. Yeah, I'm gonna check the light a bit now. Next mission. The reason why I stopped playing this was because they let me do all this early stuff.
How many crates do we have left to distribute?
Only about a dozen, sir.
Excellent. Soon all of London's fighters will be armed to the teeth.
Wait, what does the red box do?
No bobbies in sight.
No mishaps.
Bit old to be playing hide and seek, ain't she? She's an intruder! Got it, let's go!
Shield flag, wait for it!
You'll be singing a different tune once I'm through, yeah? Regards to the devil! Your prayers are in order! You
can I open it now?
Pretend this never happened. Oh goodness. That was terrible. What am I going to do?
Oh, do I have a skill point? Do I have at least one skill point for a lockpick? No, right. Open every door. Right, this is the part I would build on mostly.
Why don't I come over there and teach you a lesson?
What have I done?
There's something you don't see. Getting done, this one. Watch out.
No.
Watch it. The devil ran off that way. They stole my purse.
Come on! Move it! Yeah! Come on! There you are.
This is a portal thing, so I'm gonna plan out a strategy from what I see what it is and what I need to do.
You do not want to...
There's a hit point. I'm gonna all blind as well. And yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just see how the layout is. Looking for it.
Perhaps we can harness the gangs after all.
Yeah, then.
after all.
Good day, poor soul.
Hunting. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do instead. Someone about to watch, but I don't know why, but it plays Fortnite. So interesting. I'll go on Twitch too if you watch this thing.
You and your brother are attracting the wrong kind of attention. I would be careful.
Yes, you should be, Mr. Kalok.
As you like.
Trying to stop me.
Yes, but I will quit here. So yeah, we'll see you in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe, like, give me a comment, and put it in the next episode. Whatever I'm playing, I'll see ya.